There is no argument that baffles me more than, probably on a weekly basis, some knob jockey on the internet has to argue as to why being fit isn't necessary. And it is honestly one of the ones that I find the most perplexing, because I cannot understand in what world, in what metrics, the idea of being a strong, fit, healthy, capable man isn't a net positive. Like, in what world? Yeah, we could argue semantics on how far you need to take it and what denotes being strong, fit, and healthy. But the fact that we even have to argue that that isn't a good idea, that isn't a good concept, that isn't something that, we should pursue in this life, is frankly mind-boggling to me. But let's get into it. Let's actually have that discussion on why it matters so much. And yeah, most people want to talk about the vanity thing. Yeah, I like looking good. I don't understand why you don't think being fit and healthy is a good choice to look like you'd look better being strong, fit, and healthy. It is a no-brainer. I was having this argument the other day. To be honest, I got to stop doing it. It's just a ridiculous thing. You can't argue with stupid. But the concept that, the dad bod is the in thing. And I was like, no, the dad bod became a thing because people wanted to lower the standard. They wanted to lower the concept that you didn't need to actually put in the work to be strong, fit, and healthy. We all know that being fit and healthy is a vanity thing. And the one I always come back to on this is, I have had my gym for over 13 years. I have been training people for 18 years, well, more than that, but 18 years as a professional. And every single time, when someone comes in and they don't start off with, I want to look better, I want to lose weight, I want to get fitter, I want to look better naked, it comes up. People will come in and they're like, oh, I just want to be stronger. I just want to be healthier. I just want to, whatever the metric that they decided that they're going to come in and they're going to throw my way. I'm like, sweet, cool. We can do whatever you want. Without fail, we will get a little way into the journey and it will come back to, so do you think we could lose, I could lose the stomach a little bit? Do you think I could get, bigger arms, bigger chest, bigger shoulders? I could be fitter every single time. Because here's the truth. Everybody wants to look good. They do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's part of the problem, that we've decided that A, it was hard to get, and B, that means that we shouldn't want it. That instead of going, hey, this thing is hard to achieve, thus denotes its value, that not everyone can achieve it, when in actual fact everyone could if they were willing to do the work. But so instead of going, hey, I'm gonna give up some of the comfortabilities and the easies things that I've chosen, which take away from reaching that goal of being strong, fit, healthy, looking good, naked. Instead of that, I'm going to demonize the people who have it. I'm going to demonize those who have achieved that thing. Instead of going, hey, they did it, I could do it, I'm going to throw shade at them. I'm going to call people out. And my favorite was when people tell me that, oh, it's because I don't have to work the way they did, or I was genetically blessed, or these kinds of things. I was like, I've literally documented for over 550 days showing you the exact process I have taken to reach this point, the exact sequence of events. But yeah, it's all genetics. I didn't have to work for this. I don't work hard at all. I don't do anything. I just show up like this. Makes me laugh every single time. But I digress. So let's take away the vanity aspect, because, I've been fat and I've been fit, and I can tell you, it's much more fun to be fucking fit. But having more muscle, an above average muscle, reduces your mortality rate and risk of cancer by over 20%. That's a pretty good fucking reason to be in shape. If you have an injury, your chance of recovery astronomically goes up, and the severity of said injury goes down. If the ability to get up and down off the floor, the ability to squat, and the ability to pick things up off the ground are foundational movements, things that get trained in the gym on a regular basis. The ability to do those movements are indicative of how well you'll age. One of the most accurate measures of longevity and lifespan is VO2 max. So, having a better VO2 max is going to improve your lifespan. Muscle density increases your ability and longevity. The three most important organs, and I classified it as organs, I always found this a weird definition, but the three top organs that are linked to how well you'll age are brain, heart, and quads. Because the ability to walk, move, get up, and do things is directly linked to how well you'll age. There is a direct correlation between grip strength, the ability to grip things, and how well you'll age and longevity. Do you know what trains your grip strength really well? Picking up heavy shit. Like, the list just goes on and on and on. They suspect that at least 50% of hip breaks happen not in the order that most people expect. It's not that they fell over and broke their hip. It's that they were doing something and they broke their hip and then fell over. Bone density is a huge thing. Do you know how you train better bone density? You fucking lift weights. It just becomes a no-brainer that we need to look after our health. And yeah, I know I'm talking about a lot of longevity thing. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I'm not that old. Well, shit, neither am I. But you know what? I want to live. Not just like length of time on this planet, but live well. And most people have started reaching a point at a very fucking early age where they are aging and they're not living. They're just existing. And they're just starting to see a decline. And we just accept this decline as part of life. Like, I know people. I am going to turn 34 in a couple of months. And they're like, oh, well, you just let it all go now. We're old. I was like, we're like a third of the way through. A bit over a third of the way through our life based on, life expectancies. Look, it's probably a bit more than that, but still. We're not old. We shouldn't be just accepting fate. We shouldn't just be going, well, oh, that was a nice run. Let's just ride it in now. Aging is definitively a choice that comes from how fit, strong, and healthy you are. Like, I was reading this article and they were talking about it, that the day you stop sprinting, climbing, and jumping is the day you start getting old. Because they are movements that matter, that they stress the body, that they place it into fun. They allow us to do things that matter. But the ability to be strong, fit, and healthy, it shouldn't be this weird, isolated thing that the very small percentage of the population have. It should be something that we all have. It should be something that we all possess. But, as I said, so many people reach like their 30s and they're like, oh, well, I'm old now, just fucking throw in the towel. I'll just give this shit up. No. Work on it. Build it. Put in effort towards it. It is something that we should all have. It is something that we should all have the ability to do. And especially if you're a parent, this is the one that I always find just absolutely mind-boggling. They're like, oh, well, I'm a dad now. Yeah. It's even more important now. It's not less of a responsibility, it's more of a responsibility. Oh, it's called a dad bod for a reason. Yeah, because people didn't want to fucking do the work. They decided that, it was too much effort to continue to do the work and put in effort once you had children. No, it becomes more of an important factor that you do those things. Because, well, A, do you have the capacity to go out and play with your kids? Do you have the capacity to do the things that your children want at any moment? Can you climb the equipment? Can you climb the tree? Can you run? Can you jump? Can you play the sports with them? As they get older, can you keep up with them? Can you do the active things that they should be doing? And the fact that most kids aren't doing these things these days is a whole different fucking argument. And it comes back to the one I revert to all the time. That if one parent is overweight or obese, there is a 50% chance that the child will be. If two parents are overweight or obese, there is an 80% chance that the child will be. 1 out of 4 children in Australia are overweight or obese. That is fucking unacceptable, and they reckon it's going to progress to 2 out of 3. Unacceptable. Kids just should be set loose. They should be active. They should be running, jumping, climbing, getting into trouble. They should just be so active that they don't need to worry about those kinds of things. But that comes from the standard you set. Being strong, fit, and healthy should be a no-brainer. We shouldn't have to argue that it is an important factor of living a good life. It just should be. But here we are, that we need to have this argument. So there is enough reason, I would hope, for you to maybe, just maybe, have a consideration that you should get into shape, that you should start looking after your health and fitness. And as always, even if it's not for you, even if it's not so that you stay strong, fit, and healthy, and that you can fight off disease and handle life better, but as an example for your children. But it should just be the norm, that it should be just a part of your life. And as I said, we can argue the semantics of how strong and fit and healthy you have to be. And my standards are higher than most because, well, any form of being overweight is going to place pressure on your body, on your organs, on your heart and your health and all those kinds of things. But it fucking matters that you do something, that you look after yourself, and that you do exercise and eat well. More often than not. We should be arguing the semantics, not that you do something, period. It is time to stop just existing and time to step up and actually look after your health and fitness like you have something of value. This is the vehicle that allows you to live this life. Of course it matters if you look after it. And I'm just sick of this narrative that being fit and healthy isn't an important factor to life. It is the main factor. It always comes back to that one, that a healthy man has 1,000 dreams, a sick man has one. Start looking after the vehicle that is going to allow you to fight off disease, that is going to allow you to live a good life, that is going to allow you to not just exist on this planet, but to live on this planet, to lead your best life. And it starts with looking after the vehicle that begins it all. It starts with exercise. It starts with good nutrition. It starts with fueling your body to be the best version of yourself. Let's stop arguing that being a fit, healthy man isn't a massive net positive and will have long-lasting and far-reaching benefits for not just you, but everyone in your world. It's time to step the fuck up and start demanding greatness of yourself. That's all I have for you. I'll be back again tomorrow.